Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Dude, why did you replace me as the host of the channel?
Come on, man, you know you weren't going to be the host forever. I only let you be the host because I was nervous of appearing on camera. Plus, I told you that you could be a side character anyway.
But I don't want to be a side character, I want to be the main one!
Oh, zip it, at least I didn't scrap you or anything, so be grateful. Anyways, I'm gonna go film my next video, so bye-bye. Sonic the Hedgehog, by far one of the most iconic video game characters of all time. This 90s too cool for school platforming mascot has had a very bumpy history, with ups and downs and Sonic pinball parties. This franchise has been through a lot, more than most of its contemporaries at least, and no other period of time was that more apparent than the mid-2010s. After Sega found a winning formula with the boost gameplay, they decided to throw it all away for 2013's Sonic Lost World, which experimented with a slower, more gimmick-focused level design, along with a drastically different moveset for Sonic. After that, there was the Boom experiment, where Sega tried to turn Sonic into a way more Western franchise by redesigning all the characters and placing them in a new universe, with games, toys, TV shows, and comics all releasing at once, straying further away from the series' origins than ever before. Throw on the fact that Sonic was becoming a laughingstock online with its inconsistent quality of games and less than desirable fanbase, the Sonic series was arguably at its lowest point ever. Until, on July 2016 at San Diego Comic-Con, a game would be announced that would spark hope in every Sonic fan. And no, I'm not talking about Forces. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is a 2D platformer developed by Christian Whitehead. You may know him for creating the mobile ports of Sonic 1, 2, and CD, and was supported by Headcannon and PagodaWest Games, and was published by Sega. It was released on August 15th, 2017, and is available on Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox, and will later get Android and iOS ports on May 7th, 2024. The game serves as a return to the original classic style of Sonic gameplay, the 16-bit art style, and the New Jack Swing-inspired music from Sonic CD, while also acting as a reminder of what made the franchise so special to begin with, and I think the game is still worth celebrating after nearly 9 years. Holy crap, what do you mean Sonic Mania is almost 9 years old? My name is TheCookieMaster, and this is my review on Sonic Mania. The story starts with Sonic and Tails flying onto Angel Island, where they find 5 Eggman robos, unearthing a magical jewel called the Phantom Ruby. Not only does it change the appearance of the Eggman robos, it also sends them all to Green Hill Zone, and now so the Sonic Company to stop Eggman from using the power of the Ruby for world domination. The plot is very simple and only really exists to get the game moving, but I don't mind since classic Sonic games never really needed anything more than a surface level story. The gameplay is like any other classic Sonic game. You run around open levels while collecting rings and defeating enemies. There are multiple different gimmicks and mechanics in every act, along with plenty of ways to gain and lose speed. Yada yada yada, you probably already know this, but the way these things are executed is what makes this game stand out so much. For one, this is the best Sonic has ever controlled in a classic Sonic game. His physics are near perfection, he controls very smoothly, and his moveset is very versatile. He has a standard moves such as his walk, his run, his jump, his spin attack, his spin dash, his peel out, and his insta shield, but new to this game is the brand new drop dash. While falling downwards, players can hold the jump button to let Sonic shoot himself forward. It's really useful for regaining speed and getting out of sticky situations. It's so useful in fact that it's stuck around in every Sonic game moving forward, becoming a staple of Sonic's moveset. Alongside Sonic are his two pals, Tails and Knuckles. Tails can fly for short periods of time, while Knuckles can glide and climb up walls. In fact, Knuckles has a few acts of his own that take advantage of his moveset. Speaking of acts, there are 12 zones of this game, 8 returning ones and 4 brand new ones. The returning ones being Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1, Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic 2, Flying Battery Zone from Sonic & Knuckles, Oil Ocean Zone from Sonic 2, Hydrocity Zone from Sonic 3, and Lava Reef Zone from Sonic & Knuckles, Stardust Speedway Zone from Sonic CD, and Metallic Madness Zone from Sonic CD. And the new ones being Studiopolis Zone, Press Garden Zone, Mirage Saloon Zone, and Titanic Monarch Zone. And while the returning zones are great reimaginings of those older zones, these new zones, man, these are so good. Press Garden Zone is easily my favorite. Act 1 taking place in a newspaper factory, while Act 2 moves outside into a traditional Japanese-style snow forest. And it looks so freaking beautiful! Ah! But the standout zone is obviously Studiopolis. This half-city, half-TV set was one of the biggest parts of the game's marketing. It showed up in trailers, animations, and even promotional art. The game utilizes the 2-act structure to introduce new gimmicks for each act. For instance, Act 1 of Chemical Plant Zone has the Mega Mac, yes that's what it's actually called, along with the upward and downward pathways and those movie block thingies. All from the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Act 2 introduces this jelly-like substance that can be shot by a giant syringe, which makes the jelly bouncier. These sliding goo lifts, and these tubes that can take you to different areas. Another example is Mirage Saloon Zone. In Act 1, you play a free-flying auto-scrolling stage on the Tornado, a la Sky Chase Zone from Sonic 2. Then in Act 2, you crash land on the desert floor and have to go through the saloon, with rotating chairs, enemies that mimic Sonic's spin dash, and giant guns that shoot you to different areas. One moment you'll be going through old scrapped Badnik designs, the next you'll be frozen into a block of ice, and the next you'll suddenly be playing Puyo Puyo with Robotnik for a boss fight. Speaking of which, let's talk about the bosses. The bosses in Mania might be the best bosses in the entire series. They have fun attack patterns and unique gimmicks in each of them. Like the second boss of Green Hill is literally the Death Egg robot. You got bosses like the Spider in Flying Battery Zone, where you have to knock it into spikes using physics. The Eggman fight in Hydra City Zone, where you're in the machine and have to control to suck him up while he's swimming below. And as I said previously, the Chemical Plant Zone boss, where you have to fight Eggman in a game of Puyo Puyo. Almost every boss in this game feels fresh and unique, always keeping you on your toes as to what the next boss will be. And of course, there's the hard-boiled heavies in their boss fights, but we'll talk about them later. For now, let's talk about the special stages. Special stages in Sonic games are usually hit or miss. Sometimes they're the pinnacle of unnecessary minigames and platformers. Other times they're Sonic Mania special stages? These are perfection. The special stages are about chasing down a UFO that holds a Chaos Emerald. You have a speed meter that increases by collecting blue spheres, and rings that extend your timer. And these are just too much fun, even if I suck at them. Just running around the track trying to catch the UFO while grabbing as many blue spheres and rings as possible, it's super adrenaline pumping. And obviously you can collect all the 7 Chaos Emeralds to become Super Sonic, blah blah blah, you already know this. Oh yeah, and there's also the blue spear stages from Sonic 3. Overall, Sonic Mania's gameplay, peak. No more notes. Sonic Mania's characters are what do you expect from a classic Sonic game. Sonic is cool, Tails is cool, Knuckles is cool, Eggman is cool, blah 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 blah. But the standout characters are absolutely the new villains of this game, the hard-boiled heavies. Thanks to the power of the Phantom Ruby, these 5 egg robos were upgraded from standard run-of-the-mill robots to colorful, quirky killing contraptions. We have Heavy Gunner, a trigger-happy berserker who loves terrorizing innocents. Heavy Shinobi, a skilled ninja who can stun anyone with a slice of his sword. Heavy Magician, a crafty conjurer who has one too many tricks up her sleeve. Heavy Rider, a thrill-seeking loose screw that loves pulling off dangerous stunts. And last but not least, Heavy King, a tyrannical ruler who holds an iron fist among the heavies. Despite these 5 having no dialogue whatsoever, they are absolutely brimming with personality, and the storyline of the heavies deciding whether or not they should follow Eggman's orders or betray him due to them not having free will is honestly really cool. Also Smash. There is a saying within the Sonic community. No matter how good or bad a Sonic game may be, one thing will always be consistent. The soundtrack will always be a banger. And nowhere is that statement more true than in Sonic Mania. Oh my god. This might be one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a platformer. Scratch that. Video games in general. Every track, every song just makes me want to break it down into a freestyle dance of the Dancing Plague of 1518. Yes, that was a real thing, go look it up. And it's obvious why this soundtrack is so good, because they brought in the legendary T. Lopes. And as the wise donkey once said,
he turned into a psychopathic murderer and killed every track on this game.
There's so many good tracks like Discovery, Comfort Zone, Sunshine Cassette, Who's the Boss, Danger on the Dance Floor, Green Hill Act 2, Ruby Delusions, Chemical Plant Act 1 and 2, Eggman Mean Bean, Lights Camera Action, High Spec Robo-Go, Prime Time, Havoc Prognosis, Tabloid Jargon, Blossom Haste, versus Metal Sonic, Hydra City Act 1, Skyway Octane, Wild Style Pestarella, Rogues Gallery, Oil Ocean Act 2, Lava Reef Act 2, Metallic Madness Act 1 and 2, Steel Cortex, Paradox, Ruby Illusions, Guided Tour, Egg Reverie, Dimension Heist, Glimmering Gift, among so many others. I'm not going to play any of them for the sake of not inflating this video's runtime, except for one, Flying Battery Act 2. Seriously, whatever tea was on during the development of this game, I need some of that as well, holy crap. Holy balls, 2 for 2 now. This game not only has one of the best soundtracks in any video game, it also has some of the best pixel art I've ever seen. The pixel art in Sonic Mania is absolutely stunning. Everything looks colorful and vibrant, and it has this really animated feel to it. And all the little Easter eggs and references to other Sonic games and Sega franchises are all over the place. You can tell these devs absolutely adore this series and its history.
You didn't think I had legs, did ya? I'm like Gru, except I'm the one before Gru. I'm Egg-Gru. Ooh, got him.
In order to 100% Sonic Mania, you have to beat the main story, get all 7 Chaos Emeralds to get the good ending, get the silver and gold medals in the blue spear stages, and fight all secrets and bonus content. But there is something I avoided mentioning in this review, that being the Encore DLC. For just $5, you can play as Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel, alongside a brand new campaign, Encore Mode. Mighty can slam into the floor and take a hit from spikes, while Ray can glide up and down a la the cave feather from Mario World. As for Encore Mode, the story picks up right after the events of the main campaign plus the greatest game ever made, where Sonic finds out that the hard-boiled heavies are back, so it's up to Sonic and company to track them down and stop them for good. The gameplay is similar to the main campaign, but with a few differences, such as every zone having slightly altered visuals and level design. The main gimmick of Encore Mode is that you can swap between 5 playable characters on the fly, a la Donkey Kong Country, with each one acting as a life, so not only do you have a maximum of 5 lives, you're also juggling different playstyles at once. Heck, they even do some cool stuff such as adding the Knuckles exclusive axe by modifying the level design slightly. 100%ing Encore Mode is the same as the main campaign, beat the main story and get all 7 Chaos Emeralds to get the good ending. And there's a multiplayer mode or something, I don't know. Overall, there's a plentiful amount of content in both Mania mode and Encore mode. A normal playthrough in both modes will take you around 4 to 5 hours. Now for the final verdict. Did I have fun with the game? Buddy, I spent this entire video just glazing in non-stop. What do you think? From its excellent gameplay, incredible soundtrack, and beautiful visuals, Sonic Mania is a game that is still worth talking about and celebrating to this day. And my final score is 9 mini Marios out of 10. Anyways, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the other side.